Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Welcome to the Virgin Galactic Studios. The good news is Virgin Galactic have beaten on earnings, and it's their best earnings yet. Their best earnings yet. So we're looking good tonight, which is just as well because Virgin Galactic are looking to pay themselves even more money on a pay rise. We talked about it this afternoon. We put that out. And there you go. But right now, we've got Virgin Galactic who have beaten on earnings. Why is the stock going down? Well, we've got a reverse split around the corner. We've got a flight, though. So we've got plenty of good news. But for some reason, we do have a sell-off right now. Now then, let me just tweak something here. I'm just going to change this over here because we are closed player. We're on the other channel as well. We've got two earnings going at the same time. We've got the Virgin Galactic earnings. There it is. That's now up on the screen. And we've also got laser earnings on the extra channel, should you want to watch that. But I would imagine most people are going to want to watch Virgin Galactic tonight. But we do have Sensei on the extra channel covering the other earnings tonight. Okay, very, very interesting. Virgin Galactic have beaten on earnings. Let me share with you what we're going to get in a few minutes. This is the best place to watch the earnings. More information. The world's biggest retail investors will all be here for it, so you'll get to hear what's going on. This is the presentation. In about 15 minutes, this screen will go live with slides and whatever the presentation is. This is the stock price. You can see we've just come in and beaten on earnings. It was expected 29 cents. In fact, it's negative 25 cents. That is a very comfortable beat, and our best earnings to date. So that's what they're going to say today to justify them getting more money and earning more money. I don't know if you agree with that or not. I certainly don't, but they will probably try to convince you that they are worth it. You decide. You're the owner. You decide whether they get their pay rise or not, I guess. There you go. We had a big dump just before the bell. It went down, and it's going down, still going down, which is a surprise when you consider it's its best performance to date, yet no one's really that convinced by the performance, and we know they're going to get a split. That's what they want to do. We can't really stop it because they are the majority shareholders, so that if they vote to get a reverse split, your vote isn't worth that much, I'm afraid. But there you go. There is the price a little bit clearer for you, so we can keep an eye on that. And we'll be tuned into it very, very shortly. So what we're going to do now we're all in the right place and we're all here. We're going to keep it on this position here just for now. It is a live phone in. You can call in at the end. Members can have their say, be part of it, and you can share what's going on. If you want to be part of tonight's event, you can call in. Oh, hang on a minute. I think we've got a big super chat just coming in. It'll read it out in a minute on the screen. So just bear with us. I think we're going to have a nice surprise in a moment, which is very, very nice. Now then, how many people are watching? We need everyone to share out the video. Click the like button, subscribe. We want to get the news out. If you are an investor of Virgin Galactic, share the stream because you have just found out that Virgin Galactic have beaten on earnings. So everybody, click the like, click the share button. Let's get over 100 people watching live. We should do that very, very easily. That would be fantastic. We definitely want to do that to get the word out. All right, so tap the like button. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes tonight and get the world aware that Virgin Galactic has risen again and has beaten on earnings. Very, very good. Their best beat to date. So that's always very, very good. Right then. Now, what I'm going to do now is I've got several media outlets where I share my stuff. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put this. Here it comes.
Zach Zeit donated $10 through a super chat. Thank you, Martyn, for showing and sharing Virgin Galactic earnings with us.
My absolute pleasure. Always will. We'll cover all the flights, all the earnings, all the major information here. Always will. So yeah, very, very excited to do it. My members are really interested in this stock, as am I. So there we go. Virgin Galactic earnings call. It's It's a beat. It's a beat. Live, whoops-a-daisy, live now on YouTube. I'm putting this out to I've got lots of social media platforms, many that you don't even know about, I would imagine, all around the world. So let me share that out now. Thank you, Zach, for that wonderful super chat. That was very, very nice of you, mate. Very, very kind. All goes into supporting the show. So SPCE. This is what I'm doing at the moment. And Virgin, you'll find I'm on a lot of other places now. I'm going to share a few of them with you. You might be interested to know where I send these bulletins to. Virgin Galactic, can't spell for a minute. Virgin Galactic and Martyn Lucas Investor. Whoops-a-daisy, can't spell my own name. Lucas Investor. Right, let me do this. So let me just post that. There it is. And now I'll share with you all the things that I do, where this goes, right? So a little bit of interest for you. You'll be quite surprised, actually. Got some new places that have asked me to share my media with them. So you'll be interested to see in a minute. Let's have a look. We got that. And I put the thumbnail on the second post. The reason why I do that is because they get seen on different media. So on your phone or a computer is completely different. I'm struggling to spell tonight. This Mac. There we go. Virgin Galactic earnings. There we go. All right, there it is. Now then, now I've done that. Okay, we're also going to run a poll. Now it's gone down. We have a beat. Let me share with you the poll. I want you to vote tonight. Space, Virgin Galactic. Now we've beaten and the stock price is down. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? Okay. Please vote. Flipping heck, man.
Devon Drumhiller donated $5 through a super chat. How long does a stock have to be above $1 to avoid being delisted?
It's not a simple question, I'm afraid. How long does stock have to be above $1? It's because stocks move up and down, and just because you're now $1.01, it doesn't reset the clock. It's a whole issue of going back to the SEC. It can go on for months. We've seen stocks that are at 40 cents, or even 4 cents, like Faraday, for months and months and months. It's not an immediate thing. They can appeal it. It's not. I'd love to give you a black and white answer, but it's not the moment you are above, it resets the clock. Because stocks move all the time, it doesn't work like that. It's constantly reassessed, and the company would have to go back to the SEC and give good reason why the stock is moving and all the rest of it. But there's not a simple answer, I'm afraid. Please vote in X poll. So is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? So let's do it now. Buy, but it's a good question, no? It's a very good question. A lot of people would love to know the answer to that. Buy, hold, sell, or undecided. Undecided. There you go. All right. And we'll put it out for 7 days. I'd be interested to see if you are now interested in the stock. It's now at 97 cents, near an all-time low. Not a complete all-time low, as we know. However, there's the poll. There's the poll. If you want to go and vote on X, I'll give you the link for it in a moment. We'll see. Now they've beaten, but remember, they're going to want a reverse split and give themselves pay rises. We've seen that out today. Andy Shovel was furious. He was not happy at all, and he's one of the largest retail investors in the world. He thinks it's unreasonable to ask for pay rises when the stock is underperforming in the way it is. And years of delays, he thinks it's unacceptable. But there you go. What do you think? Anyway, so let me do that. I'll come back to that poll in a minute. I will give you a link for it. So you also know I share it on Facebook as well. I don't know if you knew that. There it is on Facebook. I also put it on our group. We've got lots of Virgin Galactic groups that pick up my stuff. So we'll share it on the groups as well. So there you go. And they pick up from my group here. Okay, there you go. There's the earnings. I'm going to show you a few more now, and you'll see. You might be quite surprised. We've got Instagram. We post it there as well. I'm doing this now because we've got a few minutes before we get the earnings. So we've got plenty of time. There's nothing to watch at the moment. There we go. This goes on Instagram as well. I've got a lot of people who follow me on there, and they pick it up for their groups. That's how we find out a lot about what's going on at the company. Link, whoops-a-daisy, link in profile. But I've got a few new ones now. I've been asked. I've got Seeking Alpha that are teaming up with me to give benefits to my members. Trading View. There's lots of places. Meritrade, eToro. They're all picking up my news items now and want me to report to them as well. So I'm all over the place now. So there you go. There's Virgin Galactic. We also are on Threads. This is Threads. So we're letting everyone know. It's a beat. We want to put it out. If you are on any of these networks, promote these, share them out, because it's good news that they've beaten on earnings. Now I've got a new service. This is just started yesterday. This is eToro. This is eToro. I'll put it in here. Okay. There is eToro. That's another service that we use. I have followers. I only started this yesterday, literally been a day, and I got 5 followers already. So that's eToro. If you want to follow me on eToro, it's I'm Martyn Lucas, obviously, Martyn. If you want to follow me on eToro, you can. All right. Now then, what I also do is we've just got some brand new apps created because StockTwits and Reddit has just become so toxic. We haven't got time for it. We haven't got time for toxicity, nonsense, shorters, all those people who just talk rubbish and rant and rave at each other with no engagement at all. There's no point. I've distanced myself from all of those. So what I do now is I'll share with you a new platform I was invited to join. It's this one here. I'll just show you on the camera. It's called Blossom. Can you see it here? That's not really going to pick it up, is it? Oh yeah, there you go. Blossom. Can you see it? That's what the thumbnail looks like. Anyway, I'm Martyn Lucas, obviously, on there. I'm always Martyn Lucas, always spelt correctly, obviously. But you know, not everybody does it that way. So I'm just going to put it there as well. And I'll be right with you. You won't miss anything. I'm just making sure that everyone knows. I always do my best to promote the stock. When the stock is doing well, we want the world to know it's good news, right? The stock is up. The stock has beaten earnings, which is good. It's his best report so far, which is great. Right, here's SPCE. This is on Blossom. You can follow me there if you want to. Space Virgin Galactic. There you go. Copy. I have to do these things for every single video I do now. It's quite a lot. Right, I've tagged the company. Yeah. There you go. I'll show you what I've done. You can see this. I only started this this morning. And already in the first 2 hours, this is Blossom. See, I've got 5 followers, literally in the first couple of posts, which is great, right? And this is the first time I've shown anybody. But there's Virgin Galactic just there that you can see. This is a very good, and it's the opposite of StockTwits and Reddit. It's a much better place. It's real investors with real money. They've got to register their accounts. You don't have all the rubbish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Don't you? Okay, and then also, you think that was it? It's not. Trading 212. They've asked me to partner with them as well. So I'm on there as well. Trading 212. Let me drop that in there. Trading 212 is useful. I use it in the UK. I earn 5% on my uninvested cash, which is nice. Same as Robinhood. 5.25 actually. It's 0.25% more, which is very nice. So that's why I use it. Just the only thing is they're apps, so I've got to do it on my phone, which is always a bit frustrating. But there you go. If everybody had a website, it'd be easier. Could do it a lot quicker. Right. So there is trading 212. I've got no followers there yet. I only started this morning. This is trading 212 Virgin Galactic. Excellent stuff. And you can upvote and downvote and all that stuff, which is good. And last but not least is Webull. They have asked me to partner with them as well. We're getting more and more every day now. It's getting a bit nuts. Feeds plus make a post, and this is a long-term investment. That's what I'm putting under the category. It is. If you're buying Virgin Galactic, it's a long-term investment, no doubt about it. And let's take out the link. Got to do it separately. The earnings will be on view in 5 minutes. So stand by for that. When you use Webull, you always add the symbol SPCE. Okay, that's in there. And then we add the link back in again. Copy link. And we're on Webull as well. Allow paste. There you go. Post. Successfully posted. There you go. And I've just started here on Webull. There you go. There's Webull under the name of Martyn Lucas again, of course. And these are all partners now. And all my members are getting going to be getting perks and benefits better than anywhere else as well. Every time I partner with someone, I always insist that the deals are the best. Now then, I'm going to end the stream on the extra channel. So if you're over on the extra channel, we're going to send you now. Where should we send you? If you're on the extra channel now, we're going to send you. Sensei's going to get a nice surprise now. If you are on the extra channel, we're going to send you now to. This is the extra channel where we are now. Sensei is about to cover the earnings for laser. So we're going to go over now to the extra channel, and we're going to send you all to the laser earnings, okay, as Sensei starts. So let me do this now. See, we can't do this until it's live. So here we go. Go into the live settings, and we're live now, live control room. And this is the extra channel, and we're going to send you all to the laser show. Sounds good, doesn't it? Laser, there it is. That starts in a few moments. Sensei's ready to go. I will give everybody as well the link as well. We've got the laser audience. We've got a big audience waiting for Sensei. There is the laser audience. And I'm now going to end the stream. Let's go back over here for our laser audience. So here we go. We're going to send you now to the laser show. Okay, we should now have everybody in the who's watching over there before. Let me just end the stream here. Stream finished. And there we go. Okay, now Sensei, you are clear to go now. I know you want the signal from me that you can go live. And you now can. And we are good. Let me change that around. Switch account back to investor. And we're watching for the earnings. We'll be getting it in just a few moments. And now Sensei, this is the Sensei show. He is doing Luminar earnings. He's already got a big crowd. Let's see how Sensei does tonight. Sensei's got a nice crowd for a brand new stock we've just started covering. And of course, we are covering now, if you, Virgin Galactic, if you didn't know, we do actually have 3 channels now, and we're building a TV network. There may be more partners, more people teaming up under the Martyn Lucas banner of different channels. So if you want to see the extra channel, there it is. If you want to be part of the Alpha Spread team, there's Alpha Spread. There's the music channel. Become a member of our channel. There it is. There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Rumble, there's X, there's the all links for the newsletter, there's Discord. There you go. Everybody's got everything they need now. Wonderful. Right, Sensei's about to go live. Now then, we should have the slides up. Yes, we do. Here it is. Here's the music. Yeah, we got the music. Here is Virgin Galactic earnings. 15 minutes to go. There it is. And we are looking good. We'll be checking in on Sensei as well to make sure that he's all good over there on his extra channel. We are here, of course, with Virgin Galactic. And we've got a great audience tonight. We've got over the 100 now. So what we want to do is we want... Let me just make sure I'm on the right channel for Sensei now. Upcoming, that's where we want to be. That's where we want to be. Let's have him there. Sensei is there. Good. Live in 10 minutes. Excellent stuff. Now then, what we want to do is tonight is a good result. Is a good result. Of course, the pain will come in a moment. The stock price is going down. What are you going to do? Buy it down now, knowing it's going to reverse split, knowing they're taking money out to pay themselves pay rises. Are you happy with that? You might go, I'm happy with that. You might say, no, I'm not happy with that. And we are running a poll on our X account. Here is the poll. Let me give it to everybody. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? It's a beat. So let me copy the link now. Give you the link here if you want to vote on our poll. There it is. Okay, this is the question. 25 votes so far. Buy is 72%. Let me go into this stream here for Rumble. They're waiting for the stream to start. And I've just realized I haven't given them the stream yet, so I better do that. Rumble audience are on standby. They want to watch. They want to vote as well. Okay. And my channels, there we go. Let's get ready to go. 10 minutes to go. Don't forget to vote. And there we go. We should be live now on Rumble as well. Stock price is still going down. If we get any aggression towards anybody, Diffie Dog, we just hide the comments. We don't have any. We're here to help people. We don't have any aggression. We don't have anyone swearing or cursing. We're here to make money. And just to give clarification, this is my portfolio. I started with $5,000. I'm going to be a millionaire live on the show within 10 years. And 10 million subscribers within 7 years. This is my portfolio. I started at $5,000. I'm now at $82,727. We are consistently making money. We don't lose money. We don't short stocks. I don't do options. I just buy the companies and hold and never sell. $5,000 live on the show, and I'm now at 82,000. So we are here to help people, to give them really useful information. We're not here to rant and rave and talk rubbish and any of that stuff. What's that? I've got some audio coming through from somewhere. There we go. That was coming through. I just want to make sure that's not coming through anywhere else. So we're all set, I think. We're all good. We've got a nice presentation here from the Iron Machine, the Iron Lady, whatever you want to call it, the Iron Bird, all the rest of it. This is looking very exciting stuff. We have just 10 minutes to go. Let me just check in with Sensei and see how he's doing. Virgin Galactic is still going down. It was a beat tonight. We've got another big candle, actually, just taking us down. We're at 95 cents now. Okay. Exciting stuff. So let's see how many people now we've got watching the stream, because we want to get the word out today. We've got a flight coming up soon, which is very exciting. We want to cover the flight as well. We're going to be doing that. So let's get the word out. We've got a couple of minutes to go. We want everyone in the world to know that even though they're going to reverse split, and even though they are going to pay themselves even more money, and everyone's very unhappy about that when they could be putting it in the business, we want to let the world know that the stock has beaten on earnings and is performing better. It's its best earnings yet. So that's worth telling everybody about, right? So here we go. This is the live stream. Let's tap the like button. We've got 132. We get a lot of people now tuning in from India who don't sign up for Google. I don't know why, it's just the way it is. So we can't get 132. The best we can get is about 70, 75. And we've currently got 8. So are you ready? Let me refresh the screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've now got, how many people are sharing this video out? 47. That's better. Come on, everybody. Let's get it. We the best we can do is about 70, because our Indian audience, for some reason, don't sign into Google. They should. They could engage with the show, but they just don't. It's just the way it is. 47. Let's go. Tap the share button. Tap the like button. We want the world to know that Virgin Galactic has beaten on earnings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 47. 49. All right, we'll do it one more time. Let's read your comments. Imagine the people that bought at 30 or 40. It's basically a pyramid scheme. Not very nice for those people. You're right. CEO will work harder when they're compensated. Get the raise and motivated to work harder. Nick Vance, rich people are not motivated to work harder by money. Trust me, you couldn't give me $1 million to make me work harder. I will work for free. Michael Cole Glazier is rich. He doesn't work harder because you pay him more money. Absolutely not. I don't work harder because you pay me more money. I love what I do, and anyone who's got money doesn't work hard for money. They work hard because they like to succeed. Money doesn't excite people who make money. What makes them excited is success and achieving their goals. That is not achieved by money. I can tell you, I've got millionaire and billionaire friends, and I'm wealthy myself. I regard myself as wealthy, and I'm not motivated by pay rises at all. Right, okay, let's see how many we got now. You ready? We got 49. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 49 likes, 60 likes. There we go. That's where it needs to be. That's where it needs to be. Fantastic. We got 5 minutes to go. Now the numbers are going up. Once we get 100 likes, YouTube starts to suggest the video and it reaches more people, and then we can really start to take off and the world can know about Virgin Galactic as they deserve to. Virgin Galactic themselves don't promote it very well. We've always done our best to tell the story of Virgin Galactic. 60 likes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time of asking, and we are now at 65. Fantastic.
Evan Avery has become a member on Extra.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, why would anyone become a member on Extra? We got 4 minutes to go. Why would you be a member on Extra? Oh, here is Sensei. Let's listen in.
Let's just check something.
Hello, Sensei. I can hear you. Sensei's live. Look, there he is. Let's see. He's live, and I can hear him. He's about to do the earnings for
Oh, we are live. Yes,
Yes,
we're live,
I'm
but
listening
my
to you.
stream deck is being weird.
Yes,
There has been a lot of technical difficulties,
Yes,
so
we
let me
are
give me
listening.
1 minute and bear with me, and we can get it all up and running. Let's start this properly.
Yes, we are listening. Poor old Sensei. Right, I'm going to mute him now, let him do his job. Okay, we got a nice audience there for Sensei tonight. So we got 3 minutes to go. Why would you be a member of Extra? Well, the reason why you'd be a member of Extra is for this reason here. We are live 12 hours a day, and we support people and provide communication, updates, live information when people can jump in the stream and say, hey, this has just happened, make a video, go live. That's what we're there for. And the good thing about it is, on the Extra channel, we are members only. Sensei's doing a show right now, and it is always members only. It's 99 cents to be a member. You can watch for free, but it's 99 cents to chat. And that's why Evan Avery has just become a member. And the reason why people do it is because we want a channel that doesn't have scammers, bots, Redditors, stockwitters who just want to shout, rant and rave and talk rubbish. But what we do want is investors with money, intelligence, who want to share important information so we can all make money. And that is what it's all about. So if you want to be a member of the channel, here is Extra. It's 99 cents. It's the cheapest we could make it because we want it to be the best service at the cheapest price. It's not about the money. It's just to keep the trolls out, because trolls, believe it or not, they can't afford 99 cents. I've never had a troll pay 99 cents to troll a channel. They won't do it. They only do if it's free. That just shows you the level. Right, okay, we are 2 minutes to go. Sensei is about to report his show, and we are covering Virgin Galactic. Here we go. This is the event. As you can see here, we've got just a couple of minutes to go. They won't be on time. Nobody ever is. They're normally 2 minutes behind, but there you go. Let me read the comments here. Imagine the people that bought. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Scared when I heard 65. I thought it was 65 cents. Damon Jordan, don't worry. High Niels. All right, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. We've got you covered, mate. Virgin Galactic is 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away. And good luck with Sensei tonight. He's doing his show and doing a great job as always. Tap the like button. We only need a couple more likes and we will be at 100 likes. And that's when YouTube starts sharing it out to more people. And we can then get the... more people will get to hear about what Virgin Galactic are doing. So shall we see how many likes we've got now? We've got 1 minute to go. I'm watching in. We've got 167 watching. All we need now is 100 likes and YouTube will suggest the video. Shall we do it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the like button. All we want is 100 and off it will go. 73. We're just short by 27. Just by 27. We've got 1 minute to go. Tap the like button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. 25 to go. I'm not going to do it anymore. It's up to you. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, but I do want the world to know what we're doing about Virgin Galactic. That I do care about. But if you don't want to click the like button, that's absolutely fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Right. Sensei is doing a good job. He's sharing me at the moment. Look. 5, 4. He's sharing me, I'm sharing him. We're all having some fun. Right, here we go. 30 seconds to go. Now, don't expect Virgin Galactic to go live straight away. They won't, okay? They're always a minute too late, and that's not just them, it's everybody. So don't be concerned about that. Great to see you growing, sir. Yes, hope you're well, Martin. I am very well. We've just hit a new milestone, 23,000 subscribers. We are on track for 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, within 12 months, and 10 million within 7 years. Yep, we are. We've been on that trajectory ever since we started, and we're very, very excited about that. Right, let's get ready to go. Virgin Galactic, any second now. Let's see. They're still playing music. Here we go.
My name is Sarah, and I will be your conference operator
Fantastic
today.
timing.
At this time, I would like to
They were
welcome everyone
30
to
seconds
Virgin
behind.
Galactic
That's the best we've
Quarter
seen.
2024 earnings conference call. All lines have been placed to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. And if you would like to ask a question during this time, please press star followed by the number 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw your question, simply press star 1 again. I will now turn the call over to Eric Cerny, Vice President of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Virgin Galactic's first quarter 2024 earnings conference call. On the call with me today are Michael Colglazier, Chief Executive Officer, and Doug Ahrens, Chief Financial Officer. Following our prepared remarks, we will open the call for questions. Our press release and slide presentation that will accompany today's remarks are available on our investor relations website. Please see slide 2 of the presentation for our safe harbor disclaimer. During today's call, we may make certain forward-looking statements. These statements are based on current expectations and assumptions and, as a result, are subject to risks and uncertainties. Many factors could cause actual events to differ materially from the forward-looking statements made on this call. For more information about these risks and uncertainties, please refer to the risk factors in the company's SEC filings made from time to time. You are cautioned not to put undue reliance on forward-looking statements, and the company specifically disclaims any obligation to update the forward-looking statements that may be discussed during this call, whether as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise. Please also note that we will refer to certain non-GAAP financial information on today's call. Please refer to our earnings release for a reconciliation of these non-GAAP financial metrics. With that, I'd like to now turn the call over to Michael.
Thanks, Eric, and good afternoon, everyone. On slide 3, you'll see the agenda for today. I'll share several updates about our commercial space line and the progress we're making toward our long-term business objectives. On the immediate horizon is our next spaceflight, Galactic 7, scheduled for June 8th. Galactic 7 will be our last commercial flight with VSS Unity, and this will mark an important turning point for Virgin Galactic. And the spaceflight will be a celebratory moment as we reflect on the many successes of our pathfinding first commercial spaceship. The learnings we have built over our last 7 spaceflights have enormously benefited our spaceship designs. In addition, we have also learned a great deal about the performance of our mothership, VMS Eve, which has been an incredible asset for the company following the ship's major enhancement program that was completed in 2023.
Hi, Sensei.
One of the many benefits of using a specialized airplane for our first stage of spaceflight is the frequency of flight operations that can be achieved with an aircraft versus a liquid rocket booster. Using flight and engineering data from Eve's service history, our technical operation teams are developing a targeted maintenance plan and operations schedule for Eve. And I'm pleased to share that we now expect VMS Eve to support 3 space missions per week, a 50% increase over prior base case estimations. This is fantastic news. We expect Eve and our first 2 Delta ships will be able to execute approximately 125 space flights, carrying 750 or so astronauts to space each year. To put that in perspective, Eve and the first 2 Delta ships will bring more people to space in a single year than the total number of astronauts who have ever journeyed to space to date. Economically, that equates to roughly $450 million in annualized revenue within the first 12 months following entry into commercial service. Of course, those numbers are expected to grow substantially as we scale our operations by adding new ships and expand across multiple spaceports. During today's call, I'll ask Doug Ahrens, our Chief Financial Officer, to shed more light on our financial operating model, giving you a sense of what our economics are estimated to look like with the initial rollout of our first 2 Delta ships and in the years to follow. With that, let's get started on slide 4. At Virgin Galactic, nothing is more exciting than seeing a spaceflight in action and witnessing the incredible impact that the journey to space has on our astronauts and their families. On June 8th, we will again watch Unity soar above the planet from Spaceport America, this time with a blended manifest of research and private astronauts. This will be our 7th commercial flight and our 12th spaceflight overall. A research astronaut on board will conduct several human-tended experiments, and we will also have several autonomous rack-mounted payloads on board, in connection with NASA's Flight Opportunities Program and academic institutions. 3 private astronauts will also join this flight, 2 from the U.S. and 1 from Italy. Given the blended nature of this particular manifest, Galactic 7 is expected to realize an average per-seat price of over $800,000, the highest of our commercial flights flown to date. The value of our space flights for our customers is enormous, and we are seeing ongoing strength in our pricing, which we expect will continue as we introduce the Delta ships and grow the business. When we see Unity fly next month, it will be a very exciting and proud moment. Unity has helped to revolutionize commercial human spaceflight and has served Virgin Galactic incredibly well, demonstrating the safety and repeatability of our spaceflight system while informing the design of our next-generation ships. Unity will continue to play a role in training, and the ship will reside at Spaceport America to commemorate its historic role in commercial space travel.
It seems like
Welcome.
As you know, Unity reached the point where it was turning monthly, completing 6 space flights in 6 months last year, a significant accomplishment for our Pathfinder spaceship. At the same time, we have always known that VMS Eve, a specialized airplane, is able to turn much faster. One of the great advantages of our spaceflight system is this combination of carrier airplane and mated spaceship. In addition to providing the benefit of a runway takeoff and landing, the mothership design enables the efficient turnaround capabilities of an aircraft. As we've put our mothership through paces with regular flights and inspections, Eve has performed brilliantly. As I mentioned at the opening, our technical operations team, using flight and engineering data from Eve's service history, are developing a targeted maintenance plan and operations schedule that supports 3 space missions per week, a 50% increase over our prior base case estimation. The 3rd flight per week will prove highly beneficial to our business model when we resume commercial service. With the launch of just our first 2 Delta ships, we expect to operate a robust and meaningful business with positive operating cash flow. This is why we have prioritized the cash we already have on hand to bring these ships in service. On a related note, Eve's impressive flight capacity will also serve us well with our next-generation mothership program. As we stated last year, we resequenced the next mothership program to better manage our capital and spending levels in the near term, and we are continuing to exercise that optionality. We've been pleased with our development approach to our Delta spaceships, where Virgin Galactic maintains design authority and leverages the manufacturing and engineering expertise of a few key industry partners. We expect to follow a similar approach with our next mothership program, and we will be shifting our engineering talent towards our next mothership design following the conclusion this summer of the bulk of our Delta spaceship design. As we balance our desire for rapid growth with our spending pace ahead of meaningful revenue, we will target 2028 for delivery of the first of our next-gen motherships. This timing enables us to manage our existing capital confidently, which in turn sets us up for long-term success. Importantly, our growth strategy remains the same: to scale our commercial space travel business first by adding ships to our fleet in New Mexico, and then expanding to additional spaceports in excellent locations around the globe. Turning to slide 5, let's talk about progress and tangible milestones we're hitting within our Delta program. As you can see in the chart on slide 5, there are multiple phases to our Delta program, beginning with design, then moving to tooling, parts fabrication, sub-assemblies, final assemblies, and then on to flight test and commercial service. While sequential, these phases have purposeful overlap throughout the development process. Currently, we are working through the latter part of our design phase, which we expect to wrap up this summer. Along the way, as designs of individual parts are completed, we have been releasing those designs to begin development of the tools that will be used in the parts fabrication process. Similarly, as those initial tools are completed and delivered, our partners at Bell and Carbon are able to start fabricating parts, and they are beginning to accumulate the components that will be necessary for their respective sub-assemblies. The images on slide 6 show some of the tools that have been delivered or are in development, as well as an example of what a finished part looks like within its tooling. This particular part is a door for the landing gear within the wing. Tool delivery and parts fabrication are beginning to accelerate as we work to complete the bulk of the design phase this summer and move more fully into the build phase. Most of you know that Bell is supplying the unique feathering system and flight control surfaces for Delta, while Carbon is producing the fuselage and wing components. I met recently with teams from both companies, and I am excited about the emphasis that they put on quality and performance of these key components while aligning with our overall production schedule. In parallel with design, tooling, and parts fabrication, we have been building out the facilities needed for both our test assets and our final assembly factory. The facility in Phoenix that will house our final assembly operation is nearing completion, seen here on slide 7. We expect to take occupancy of the building this summer, and will begin setting up the factory floor for assembly and developing our training tools and processes in preparation for the final assembly stage in the first half of 2025. Also on slide 7, you can see the mock-up of our cabin interior for Delta, which we are using to confirm human factors in addition to fit and finish. We have a host of upgrades we are adding to our Delta cabin interiors, and we're looking forward to revealing the full interior design and functionality later this year. You've heard us talk about our test asset called the Ironbird, and the design of the full build-out of this system is shown on slide 8. We recently opened the test facility that houses this Ironbird system, and it's up and running in Irvine near our Southern California headquarters. The Ironbird allows us to test and verify the operation of dozens of Delta subsystems, including avionics, feather actuation, and pneumatics, on the ground and in parallel to the assembly of our ships. Again, the purpose of this system is to provide the widest possible scope of ground testing prior to performing flight tests, making flight tests more streamlined and efficient. Turning to slide 9 regarding schedule, our overall plan remains intact, with commercial service expected to begin with our first 2 Delta ships in 2026. Sharing some color underneath the macro timeline, we have been adapting our detailed schedule to take advantage of opportunities and to react to sub-elements of the plan that need more time for completion. As with most large aerospace programs, we find schedule improvement opportunities while also identifying elements that are extending beyond their originally allotted time durations, and we work to integrate both of these into the overall plan. The key with regard to schedule is to adapt the sequencing and application of resources to ensure the critical path of the program remains on track. At a tactical level, we are realizing schedule improvements in the final assembly timelines as we compare our detailed build plan activities versus our initial estimates. Our final assembly process for Delta is much different and improved versus our prototype work with Unity and Imagine, and we are seeing the benefits of our digital thread approach and manufacturing strategy with Bell and Carbon. While the build planning has been positive for our schedule, we have had elements within our design phase extend longer. Net-net, the benefits we have found and the time extensions we have realized have balanced out, and our overall program schedule remains intact, with schedule contingencies and buffers still in place to handle unexpected items that will surely arise over the course of the upcoming work. Our team at Virgin Galactic and our partners at Bell and Carbon are all committed to the success of the program, and the collaboration between the groups as we work through the typical ups and downs of a complex program have been great to witness. I'll now turn the call over to Doug so he can share more detail about the financial operating model and how our first 2 Delta ships have a meaningful impact on our business in the near term, generating strong operating cash flows even before we fully build out our fleet in New Mexico or expand to additional spaceports. Doug, over to you.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go to slide 10. The planned increase in flight cadence for our mothership Eve is a game changer when the first 2 Delta ships enter commercial service. With steady-state operations, flying Eve 3 times a week means we have the capacity to conduct approximately 125 flights per year, allowing for potential weather or operational inefficiencies. At that pace, with 6 seats per spaceflight, we plan to fly 750 astronauts to space annually with our first 2 Delta ships. Not only does this enable us to serve the existing ticket holders fairly rapidly, but it also enables us to begin serving new customers at higher price points. Applying the recently announced pricing of $600,000 per seat, within a year after Delta enters service, we expect to be able to achieve a run rate of $450 million annually. This is a sizable business that can be achieved with the mothership we have, plus the addition of the first 2 Delta-class spaceships. We have shared with you previously that we expect to see contribution margins above 75% for each spaceflight. This is the margin we project after accounting for the variable costs of each flight, such as the rocket motor, fuel, hospitality expenses for the astronauts, etc. This contribution margin will be more than enough to cover the fixed costs of running the business, leading to meaningful operating cash flow. This is the first stepping stone in our economic growth story, as these profits can be reinvested to further expand our fleet and drive additional growth. At that stage, we plan to build incremental Delta ships at a recurring cost of $50 to $60 million each. These are highly accretive assets. The cost of our future ships are so low because the designs are already done. The tools will already have been built. The supply chain will be in place, and our spaceship assembly factory will be up and running. These are the investments we are making right now, and which give us the infrastructure needed to further drive substantial growth. Our intentions are to continue to expand at Spaceport America, and then to add more spaceports in other locations around the world. As we've said before, we estimate that each operational spaceport can generate over $1 billion of revenue annually. Turning to slide 11, I want to run through a very high-level recap of our financial results for the first quarter. We generated revenue of $2 million, driven by a commercial spaceflight and future astronaut membership fees. Total operating expenses were $113 million, compared to $164 million in the prior year period, primarily driven by lower R&D and SG&A expenses, partly reflective of our restructuring efforts last year. Free cash flow was negative $126 million in the first quarter, compared to negative $139 million in the same period last year. Turning to slide 12, our balance sheet remains strong, with $867 million in cash, cash equivalents, and marketable securities. During the first quarter, we generated $7 million in gross proceeds through an at-the-market or ATM equity offering program. Moving to our projections, revenue for the second quarter of 2024 is expected to be approximately $3.5 million. Forecasted free cash flow for the second quarter of 2024 is expected to be in the range of negative $110 million to $120 million. I'll now turn the call back over to Michael.
Thanks, Doug. To recap today's call, we are planning to fly the last commercial flight of VSS Unity on June 8th, taking a researcher and 3 private astronauts to space and delivering an incomparable and life-changing experience to each of them. This will mark our 7th commercial flight and 12th space flight in total, again demonstrating that Virgin Galactic spaceflight system is safe, reliable, and repeatable with an experience beyond compare. I also shared that we expect our existing mothership will have the capacity to fly up to 3 times a week with the first 2 Delta ships, or upwards of 125 times a year, supporting a strong revenue business in the first stage of Delta operations. We are making important progress with our Delta suppliers and are seeing steady progress with designs, tooling development, initial parts fabrication, and preparations to open our final assembly factory this summer. Our Delta schedule remains on track for commercial service in 2026. At the same time, we remain committed to our long-term, high-growth business model of scaling operations at Spaceport America with a fleet of 4 to 5 spaceships, followed by the creation of fully utilized spaceports and continuous operations from multiple locations around the world. With that, we'll turn to questions. Operator, we're ready to begin the Q&A portion of the call.
Thank you. Once again, if you have a question, it is star 1 on your telephone keypad. Your first question comes from the line of Greg Conrad.
Best earnings so far. Good
Your line
news.
is open.
Please smash the like button and share this video out. It will be available later as its own video. Good news today, folks.
Details. Just on the $450 million annual run rate of revenue, it seems like that assumes the $600K ticket price. How much backlog of lower tickets are there to kind of cycle through, before you kind of get to that higher price point? Or how should we think about near-term revenue, just given some launch pricing?
Yeah, hi, Greg. This is Doug. So we have approximately 600, a little more over 600 astronauts at the lower price points, and then we have some that were sold at $450K. So one of the important things we noted is at the flight rate of 125 flights a year, we can fly up to 750 astronauts per year. So that will move through our backlog of customers fairly quickly. So what we gave you was our annualized run rate at about 12 months out after we've moved through the backlog we already have. And then we've applied the ticket pricing that we've recently announced of $600K, because that's what we're projecting at this time. It's worth noting, though, that we said that this flight coming up, Galactic 7, the average price per seat is over $800,000. So it's showing the pricing leverage we have. So we think it's a fair number to use to say $600K for the future for that point in time.
And then just to confirm, the first two Delta class spaceships roll out at the same time.
Tap the like button, guys, if you can. It will share it out to more people. We're just 3 likes away from YouTube sharing it out.
It seems like
100 is all we need
to exceed that from a Delta standpoint in 2027.
Hey, Greg, it's Michael. So Eve, which is excellent, still will remain the bottleneck against the capacity of the Delta ships. So when we bring a second mothership out, at that point, those 2 Delta ships would become the bottleneck. So we'd want to pair the arrival of that new mothership with a fast follow with additional Delta ships for sure. And we kind of keep that balanced as we grow the fleet up. But with Eve at 3 times a week, the way we can do that allows, some weeks we'll have a back-to-back flight. Then there'll be a number where we'll run more than 3 a week. There'll be other weeks where we will run less than 3 a week because we're doing a regularly scheduled maintenance piece. Within that operation, there may be opportunity to go up above where we are, but we feel good with what we're stating today at 125 by the time we factor weather days and rain days and inefficiencies that will come out. So that's probably a good gate until we get to 28, that 125 flights as a kind of planning target for your modeling.
Thank you.
And then it really opens up as we add additional motherships.
So just a quick follow-up to that. So should we not assume the third Delta enters service until 2028 then?
Yeah, we would match the third Delta ship with the addition of the next mothership.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your next question comes from the line of Miles Walton with Wolfe Research. Your line is open.
Thanks. Good evening.
Hi, Miles.
Michael, the way you're describing it, you're going to actually burn through your backlog of customers reasonably quickly. So I'm curious, what is your thought process on reopening initially the sales window? And then also just from a running the business perspective, how do you want to run with a backlog such that you can you sort of run to a predictable pace as opposed to something else, and also provide your flying customers with enough lead time for them to plan around their trips?
Right. Thanks for the question, Miles. Consistently, I think it's helpful to have on both the customer side and the business side a 2-year run. And the customer side, that first year is really recognizing the journey that this space flight is. It's not just the up and down moment by any sense. It is a journey, and we will build people through that journey from the moment they sign on. I think once you go past 2 to 3 years, that journey starts to get a little long for people, and maybe they're getting antsy. But 2 years, I think, is appropriate. And then we'd like to give people on a steady state basis around 12 months of notice. It says, okay, your flight's going to be 12 months from now in that month, so people can start to prepare schedules and friends and family who will come. So if you look at our existing backlog of customers with us starting in 26, that means within 26 and 27, we should really process through the existing folks. So if by the time we get to 28, and especially when we have that next mothership, if we're going to have a 2-year backlog in front of that, we want everybody kind of on board by the beginning of 26. So, just backing that up, you'll see us start the sales process within the 25 period. We won't wait till the end of 25 to do that because we'd like to have another years of backlog in place by the time we start 26. And we're balancing getting people on board in time to have, like I said, both the journey for them as well as a nice, comfortable backlog for us to focus on executing our operations. At the same time, if we try to bring people in too early, I think we lose some of the pricing pressure that we're obviously been demonstrating with these last flights. So we want to keep a balance there so that we maintain the power of pricing that befits the quality of the experience we're delivering, but still allow both our customers and us for planning. So hopefully that 2-year window explains that.
That does. Yeah, that's a perfect explanation. Maybe one on the details of the accounting. CapEx, I know you were looking for 40 to 50 million in the quarter. It was light, but R&D was heavy. I'm going to guess that was because you didn't transition fully to capitalizing versus R&D. Is that the way to read it?
Right. Yeah, it's just an accounting convention of when we flip the switch, but you'll see that start to ramp up this year, especially in the second half. So you'll start to see majority CapEx will start to exceed OpEx as we wrap up the design work here, and we're building more tooling, and then parts fabrication happens. You'll see the shift take place.
Okay. And sorry, just one last one, which is, if you will be cycling through 1,000 customers a year in 28 and their constituencies, what kind of physical plant improvement and timeline for investment are you going to have to make within Spaceport America on the experiential side?
That's a great question. The plant, at Spaceport America, for those who haven't been there, we have one major hangar that can handle our operations for the mothership and a number of spaceships. As we grow and as we bring in another mothership, we do expect to work with the Spaceport of New Mexico and add what we would call kind of a launch hangar. That would be an additional hangar primarily for the mated pair of spaceship and mothership. And that hangar would also be where we do the maintenance on the motherships. So we'll add an additional hangar there. It's not the architectural statement of what's the primary hangar base in New Mexico. That building is not only a hangar, it's our customer operations, it's training, all those things. So it's an airplane hangar that needs to be built. So that would be one of the pieces of infrastructure that's there. The other piece will come in the training facilities that are there. As we start to fly, really even with these 2 Delta ships, and we're flying more than once a week, we will break training out into an additional training facility and use the spaceport and the 3rd floor where we have been doing training. That will really become kind of the launch day focus, and we'll bring a training facility separately. So we have choices about whether to build those out or to rent facilities for that, but we expect those to be in the Las Cruces, New Mexico area as well. So those are the 2. I'm looking over to Doug if there's anything other from a major investment, but an aircraft hangar as we scale and training facilities. That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question, it is star 1 on your telephone keypad. Your next question comes from the line of Michael Leshock with KeyBanc. Your line is open.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hello, Mike.
I think that you've previously said 2024 is kind of the peak cash burn year in support of Delta. And then looking at your 2Q guide, it implies somewhere around 130 million quarterly burn rate, give or take, for 3Q and 4Q each. So it likely would be a step up in the burn sequentially at some point this year if 24 is the peak burn year. So is that still your view, and do you have any line of sight when you expect to see the peak quarterly cash burn, just assuming Delta class schedule progresses as expected?
Yes, thanks, Mike. Yeah, we do expect the peak burn to be here in 2024. That's still the case. So you'll see a ramp. We haven't guided specifically beyond Q2, but we do see a trend coming, for Q3 and Q4 that we would be increasing our spending on CapEx, as I mentioned previously, because we're still going to be going through the tooling completion and moving heavily into parts fabrication. So the peak is still to come, but in this year for Delta.
Okay, and then I think you said you're targeting 28 for the second mothership, which should get over 125 flights per year on those first two Delta ships. Just wondering if the ongoing legal issues with Boeing have the potential to impact any plans on the mothership front, or if you could share any update there. Thanks.
Sure. The very short answer is no, the issues with Boeing are not material and are not going to be impacting how we progress our mothership program. Our position with Boeing is very clear, and if you haven't had a chance, there's a very thorough overview of that in the countersuit that we put out. But in short, our position is we received unacceptable work from Boeing. The intellectual property that was in debate is either owned outright or duly licensed by us, and all the elements of that are laid out in that case. With that said, again, it's not a material piece. It will not be a distraction for us in any way as we move forward with our mothership program. But it's a good read if you want to read the background there.
Yeah, I did. It was surprising to see for me. Okay, and then I think just lastly for me, previously you allocated a portion of ticket sales to Virtuoso. Did they sell their portion fully, and is that something, a partnership that you're going to continue to leverage when you open up ticket sales again?
They have Virtuoso has not fully used their allocation. Like us, we pulled back on the sales piece until we get closer in. I think the opportunity for companies like Virtuoso, where they have a very healthy and active base, in particular in adventure travel and high-end travel, is a relevant potential channel for us. I clearly will be doing a lot direct. But I do think there's help in, as this becomes known and normal. We had a huge deal just in this last year of 6 flights in 6 months, and that seemed like a huge deal. We're going to show up into the 26 and start operations on a pace of 125 human space flights a year, and it's going to be a completely different idea of what's going on here. The word will be out, people will be known, and at that place, wide distribution and access to people is sometimes helpful. And so I think we'll continue to test efforts like we've done with Virtuoso, but I do expect the bulk will probably be direct sales.
Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
This concludes the Q&A session as well as today's conference. We thank you for joining. You may now disconnect your lines.
Well, that was a very strange, abrupt ending. It just ended. But there you go. So what do you make of that? Normally, at the end of the earnings, there's a recap, and they like to sort of address the investors and the retail investors, but they just didn't do anything today. Very unusual. Well, what do you think of that? Well, I am fairly bullish on today. I'm not happy with the management. As you know, I think the company, the product is great and what they're doing is great, but I think the compensation package, the money they're taking out of Virgin Galactic is very, very disrespectful to the retail investor. I think we have been pummeled by it. Now we're going to get a vote for a reverse split as well. Then there's going to be potentially more devaluation. I spoke to Andy Shovel today, who called me on the show live, who said he wasn't happy at all. And he's one of the largest retail investors in the world. Was not happy at all with the compensation package that they are, paying themselves. But they will argue they've beaten today on earnings. It's the best earnings so far. Things are on track. Who knows? You decide. It's for you to decide. Remember, I don't own any stocks at the moment. I only own the S&P is my position. And I do that to be completely impartial, open, honest. And coming up over the next couple of weeks, we have got some major CEOs live on the show. We are interviewing WidePoint. We're interviewing Asti. I've also, through Marcus Brownlee, trying to get Elon Musk on the show, Sir Richard Branson. There's many things that we have in the pipeline on our show. We're very excited about all the earnings that's coming up, all of the interviews that are coming up. And I want to thank everyone that's followed us here on our channel. When we started here with nobody watching, and I was at $5,000 and now we're 82. Thank you ever so much indeed. Now then, what we're going to do is that we do have at the moment Sensei, who is running. This would be a wonderful gift for all of you as I end the show, because I'm going to put this out now as its own video. What I'm going to do now is a little surprise for Sensei. He's actually running on the other channel doing laser. We have an earnings tonight for laser earnings. So this would be a wonderful surprise, and I hope all of my investors will do this with me. Let me do this now. We are here where you are now, and let's give Sensei a big surprise, because he's just got married yesterday and he's not feeling very well either. He's under the weather, but he is doing the earnings, and be a really nice treat if everybody, as I end the show now, I'm going to give you, it automatically will go there. All you got to do is stay where you are, but I'll also give you the link. As you can see, he's a little bit under the weather. He got married yesterday, but he's doing the earnings for us, which I think is very nice. I've dropped in the chat the link. I'm going to end the show, put this out as its own video, but please now go and support Sensei. It would be absolutely wonderful. Here we go. I'm going to automatically send you there, and you watch Sensei's face light up when 200 people pop into his stream. It would be absolutely wonderful. I will see you back in the morning. We've got more earnings, more reviews coming up. We're going to cover the flight soon on the extra channel. Pop in and say hello to the extra channel. Here it is behind the scenes. Sensei is running there. You can pick it up right now. That's it from me. Everybody, here you go. Automatically pop in and say hello. Make his day. In fact, wish him well. Say congratulations on your wedding. He would absolutely love it. It will make his day. Are you ready? Let's do it. Here we go. Bye-bye for now.